All right, back here for game 4. I made a slight adjustment since I'm on the play, putting another Mana Leak back in my deck since I think it's a bit better on the play. This hand is fine. It has a turn 2 play and some interaction, so I'm going to keep.
And I also adjusted my deck. I cut the Blood Moons because I'm on the draw, and I brought in a third Knight of the Reliquary and the fourth Lightning Bolt. This hand is fine. It's not super exciting because it's pretty glutted on on one thing, but it has a fine first couple turns. So hopefully we will draw what we need.
Yep.
I'm gonna crack this fetch. I'm gonna get a basic forest actually,
Okay.
and play Wild Coddle. I'm at 19.
Sacred Founder incoming. Okay, so I drew a card that makes me have to make a decision. I think I'm okay just playing this and making him have to deal with it. So I'm just going to play Jace past the turn. If I didn't have this as an option to use with Jace, I think I would probably have to try to protect it, but I think we can just lead out and use our mana this turn.
Okay, well that's not great for us. We're gonna have to hope to outrace a Jace, which is pretty difficult to do.
Well, it has 0 power, so I'm not really sure what that means.
You get to loot a bunch of cards, do a bunch of stuff. Usually, you doing stuff is bad for me.
I like doing stuff.
Yeah, I like you to not do a lot of stuff because you're dead. So I'm gonna shock myself, go to 17, attack you for 3.
Yep, 17
Brings you to 17. Now I have to think about which one of these two I want to play.
Which idiot?
Yeah, this one is particularly vulnerable at this point given our graveyard situations. So I think I'm just going to play Scavenging Ooze.
Okay.
You can go. It's unlikely that our Tarmogoyf both lives and grows a lot by the time it gets to attack. We need to do both to be better than the Ooze.
So normally I would really like to take the opportunity just to cast this and cash it in when I can, but our hand is really weak, and if you were to have a Loxodon Smiter, we might just lose the game on the spot. And this is also a good spot to use this card, but I think it's reasonable just to lead on a Jace loot to see where we want to go. Okay, not the best card, but I think that just means that we're going to stick with the plan of casting this, and we can play both of these this turn if it pans out that way. So I think I'm just going to discard this Blood Crypt and Inquisition you.
Got a lot of creatures.
Okay, there's that Loxodon Smiter.
Still there.
Still there. So, 2 Naya the Reliquary, Temple Garden, Loxodon Smiter, and a Tarmogoyf. So we need to make this decision with the intention of following up with this. Obviously, we can't take the Smiter, so we can either take both Knights or a Tarmogoyf and a Knight. And I think, so Tarmogoyf would be, after I take a creature, it would be a 3/4, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So that's big enough to be annoying. I think we just want to take both his Knights. So I'm going to take Naya the Reliquary, crack for a Swamp, and Inquisition the other Knight.
So you're at 16.
And after that, it'll be your turn.
Okay. I'll draw. Now we have the option of playing Smiter or playing Tarmogoyf plus activating Scavenging Ooze, which gets in an extra point this turn and leaves us with the same amount of total power on board next turn, and blanks a potential mana leak in his hand. So I like that play best. So I will shock myself, go to 15.
Yep.
I will attack.
Sure.
Go to Exile a Knight.
I'm at 11, you're at 16, and...
You're taking 6, right, to 10?
Yes, I'm sorry, I missed a fetch.
Yeah, so you have 16 to 10.
Yeah.
And then I will play Tarmogoyf.
So I probably made a mistake that turn, because now I can't do this on the Scavenging Ooze. So I probably should have just taken his 2-drop and just left him unable to play a spell and activate his Ooze that turn. So, slight issue with my line of play. I'm going to lead on the Serum Visions.
Sure.
Okay, not a bad draw. going to bottom both of those lands. And I think, so we just know Lockstone Smiter in his hand. So I'm definitely going to cast this right now on his Scavenging Ooze. The question is whether I want to save my Jace activation for fogging an attacker. When you block a creature and then transform Jace, the Jace is still alive and transformed. Or I can try to hit something right now and use Jace's minus ability, but I think it's better just to bolt the Scavenging Ooze, play the Sulphur Falls, and pass the turn.
Mm-hmm. So now we have a 4/5 Tarmogoyf. I will attack.
Alright, I'm going to block Tarmogoyf
Yep.
and activate my Jace.
That's fine.
I think this card has outlived some of its usefulness, but it still helps against a potential collected company in the future. It's probably going to be pretty difficult for us to actually use this command, so I'm just going to discard that, and then Jace will transform.
Yep. Take 3.
And yep, I'll take 3. I'll get a 7.
7. I will play Lockstone Smiter.
Okay, that resolves.
Pass.
And you have 2 cards. Tarmogoyf's a 4/5. I'm going to go ahead and Murderous Cut your Tarmogoyf.
Okay, you only have 2 cards in hand?
I have 2 cards in hand.
Okay, this game's going pretty
yeah,
well.
This is looking pretty bad for us. So I think we just need to kill the Smiter this turn by flashing back this Murderous Cut, and then potentially we are in a lot of trouble when we lose our Jace the following turn, but don't think we have too many other good options. So I'm going to target the Murderous Cut and cut your Lockstone Smiter, leaving Serum Visions, exiling Serum Visions and Inquisition.
The cut is also exiled.
Yes, sorry. And I want to leave this card in my hand just in case I draw another Jace. So I'm going to pass the turn.
Okay. Draw. Noble. Tap Jace.
Jace is dead.
Strong Wildwood. You can go.
Alright. We need a draw. Okay. That may lead us to us getting out of this, but it's looking pretty rough.
Okay.
Unfortunately, this is one of those games where this card just hasn't lined up against his draw of just all creatures.
Attack you for 4.
So maybe I've just waited too long on it, and I should have just discarded it to the Jace, and I'll go to 3.
Pass.
1 card in hand.
Yep.
Alright, I think we can start our turn with the Serum Visions.
Yep.
Okay, that was a good draw. And that is a good card on top. We're going to leave that. 1 top, 1 bottom. And for us to play this and leave up this, we need to play this, which is not ideal, but the fact that Ross still has 1 card in his hand and a conspicuous 4 mana up and didn't activate his Stirring Wildwood leads me to believe that he has a Collected Company in his hand. So I'm probably just forced into playing this land, unfortunately. So I'm just going to play my Pluto Delta and pass the turn.
Okay, well, given that we have a Wildwood, I don't think we can really wait, so I'll just jam into what is likely a counterspell.
Yep. So we're just going to fetch down to 2, get an island, and dispel it. Unfortunately, shuffling away the card we had on top, but since we probably need to activate our Jace this turn anyways, I don't think it's going to matter.
Draw. I will sacrifice the canopy.
Yep. And it's 2 to 16, right?
Yes. Okay. Activate Wildwood.
Yep.
Declare Dex.
Yep. So I think we are priced into Snapcaster Lightning Bolt on the Wild Coddle. And then we're just going to get our free block on the Stirring Wildwood, activate Jace, mill the top card of our deck, and transform.
Suddenly I don't feel great about this game.
We're at 2 life.
You can go.
Okay, so that was good.
Possible I shouldn't have tried to hold up Collected Company. Should have just activated and attacked. It would have stopped you from being able to crack that fetch. That was probably a mistake. I'll just draw a Bolt.
So this is a tough spot. So I can either flashback Kolaghan's command and return Jace and kill his Noble Hierarch with the intention of chump blocking a Stirring Wild with Snapcaster Mage, which actually isn't a bad play because then if he draws a spell that costs more than 1 mana, he has to decide between playing it or getting rid of my Snapcaster Mage. Alternatively, I can just flashback my Serum Visions, which has a potential to have a high upside, but I think it is more likely that we're pushed into a winning position by just using our mana better and getting rid of that Noble Hierarch and returning the Jace and playing it. And then I'm just going to pass the turn. I'm going to leave this in hand for the Jace.
Okay, something good. Doesn't count. Activate and attack. You can go.
So we're just going to lead on this Thought Scour, targeting myself. Build another Snapcaster and a Tasker. That's a good draw. We're going to tick up no target and pass the turn.
I'm going to crack a 15 and get Stomping Ground.
Now we're hitting the point where if we can dodge 1 or 2 more times, then the Jace recursion engine is just going to take over the game. We're going to accrue too much card advantage.
Yep. Definitely need a good draw step.
I think Ross probably has like 2 turn window or so.
Okay, that was not bad. I will attack.
Okay, we're going to block the Wildwood and then Tribute to Hunger.
That was pretty good.
Blocking just in case something terribly goes wrong, but now we're back up to 6 life. And I think we're in a good spot.
Ugh.
And Ross has confirmed we're in a good spot.
Yeah, Tribute to Hunger was really, really good. So now, if I play this, he just uses his first Jace, flashback Tribute, and gets loot the second one, probably just flashback Serum Visions. Suddenly he has 3 cards in hand, 10 life, and a Jace in play, and I have nothing.
That sounds great.
Ugh. But if I hold it back, what does that really do?
Yeah, I don't think you can just sit back and do nothing, because then I'm just going to basically do the same play where I get the Serum Visions off this Jace and just flip it.
Yeah, and then plus.
Yeah. And then you're going to have to deal with 2 flashbacks off this Jace.
So either way, I'm not going to stop that Jace from flipping by drawing a removal spell. Bolt is no longer good. Planeswalker, would it be better for me to save this creature if I draw like a Domri or an Elspeth? If I draw an Elspeth, then I get to insulate myself against the Tribute. Or if I draw a Voice. So given that no line stops the fact that you're going to be able to flashback your Serum Visions and get ahead that way, I don't think running into the Tribute is actually good, so I will pass. Keeping this card in hand for a potential Kolaghan's command.
Alright, I'm going to use my Jace and target Serum Visions. And I will start by casting that Serum Visions. I don't think we want another one of these, but I am interested in this card. We're going to go ahead and activate my Jace. Discard this Scalding Tarn, transform this copy.
Is there merit to activating the first Jace and then looting with the second Jace before casting the Serum Visions?
Say it again, I'm sorry.
You can activate the first Jace, target the Serum Visions, then activate the second Jace, flip it, then cast the Serum Visions, so you get the most possible looks before you have to make your scry decisions.
That's possible. I think you just want as many cards in your hand as possible before you loot, though.
That is also true.
Okay.
And the draw of Visions is random.
I want to keep that card on top because it insulates me from some of Ross's biggest draws, and because we cannot play that card this turn unless we play this land, but I really want to get this Tar Pit into play, I'm just going to plus my Jace and pass.
No, we are not in good shape. Well, okay. Voice of Resurgence.
That resolves.
Lockstone Smiter.
Sure.
I'll play this land and pass.
Okay, not a bad draw from Ross. Voice of Resurgence is definitely annoying.
Yeah, that was the card that paid us off for not playing the Smiter last turn.
So I think we can, for the most part, sit tight. We're forced to go ahead and terminate the Lockstone Smiter now. And then I'm just going to plus on your Voice of Resurgence, play the Scalding Tarn, and attack for 3 with my Creeping Tar Pit.
I go to 12.
Your turn.
And so I'll crack the switch. Go to 11. Don't have any more dual lands left in the deck, so I guess I will just get the basic plains.
And in an awkward way, I kind of just want to try to get the game over with.
Draw. Also a pretty good draw. Domri.
Sure.
I will plus.
Brick. Okay.
You can go.
Don't want to crack this fetch land. Draw. What does that do? Alright, I think we have a pretty clear plan now. Alright, we're just going to attack you with Creeping Tar Pit.
I'm at 8.
I'm going to plus on Voice again and pass the turn.
Plus.
Mm-hmm.
Tilt. You can go. At least we found an answer to Tar Pit.
Yeah, that is actually pretty annoying. Yeah. Draw. Ooh. Okay. Guess we're back on the A plan of just kill him. I'm going to play this Pia and Kier Noir, trigger that. Tick up on your Voice of Resurgence again, and pass the turn.
Kind of makes my plan of fighting with Domri not as good.
Not particularly.
I guess I will plus. Jesus. Domri is not being kind.
That always happens when I play that card in Standard.
Yeah, you can go.
Alright, I'm at 6 and you're at 8.
Correct.
I'm a little surprised at that. We're just going to start this turn by attacking you for 2 in the air.
6 all.
Alright, now that Ross is at 6, just Lightning Bolt you. I think
3.
pretty much nothing can go wrong with the other card, and I'll flashback Lightning Bolt you.
Just another Domri?
Yep.
Should have attacked the Wilded.